All right, everybody, welcome back. So we have our onion ready to go right there. I'm going to go ahead and give my stock just a quick stir. This is beef stock. You can use chicken stock if you want to. All this is going to do is add a little more flavor. And it does have some salt in that, so it's a low sodium beef stock that I'm using. I just want to do that for, more health purposes and whatnot. So I'm going to go ahead and put this off to the side. I've got my chopped onion right there. Okay, next thing I want to do is I've got butter. You can go ahead and melt down your butter, put in your onion and whatnot. I'll do that right at the end. I've got some bacon grease right here. Some people prefer to use oil. If you want to use oil, you can. That's all right. I recommend the grapeseed oil or extra virgin olive oil. Extra virgin olive oil. Sometimes you get so used to using that, you want something else as an alternative. I found that grapeseed oil is a great alternative. The flavor is pretty good. It's not as bold. It is a little bit of a mild flavor, and it works really, really well whenever you're roasting. So definitely use some of that. It's a healthier version of that. Got some cracked black pepper and salt. So we're going to build a quick marinade. And what I've got is a nice bowl. You want to get you a bowl, right? And the very first thing you want to do is you want to go ahead and get your roll, your ribeye roll. So I've got my ribeye roll and it's right here. And I'm going to go ahead and use that. And now what I want to do is I want to go ahead and get some salt going on that real quick. So I'm going to go ahead and just throw a nice good amount of salt, right? You can't get too much salt on this because it's going to roast. I'm going to rub that into there. Salt, pepper are going to be some of the basics. Those are my staples right there, especially when you're dealing with a steak or anything like that. We're just going to crack some pepper on top. Just like so. I'm going to go ahead and flip that over. We're going to do the same thing, right? We're going to do the same thing. I'll pull that off right there. And I've got salt right there. Just go ahead and throw that salt on there. Don't be afraid to use it. It's going to cook well into the actual steak. This is a rib. This is where your ribeyes come from, the ribeye primal cut. And this right here, it's got the bone in. It's good stuff. We're just going to roast it just like that. So if you've ever had a prime rib or something like that, this is exactly what this is. And we're going to show you how to do that here today. I'm just going to roast it. And then I'm going to use all that meat. It's going to be nice and tender. And we're going to go ahead and use all that in the tamale. Now, if you don't want to use a primal rib roll or something like that, you don't have to. You could use a chuck steak or something like that. I just prefer, for a higher end clientele that we're dealing with, they want this. This is something great. And so this is something unique that I'm doing for you. I take a little bit of that bacon grease. I'm just going to go ahead and pour a little bit in there. And so just a little bit, just like so. And we're just going to go ahead and massage that right in with the salt and pepper. I'm going to flip it over. We're going to do the same thing on this side. I've got that grease. Bacon grease is good. It adds flavor. So if you're opposed to bacon grease, you can use vegetable oil. You can use a grapeseed oil as well. It's really up to you and whatever you want. Now, for the next stage, right, I want to add in a little bit of garlic, right? I find that garlic works well on everything. If you're like me, you cannot have too much. I'm going to throw it into the bowl. And we're just going to rub it around all over this. And I use about 2 tablespoons of garlic in this whole thing. So if you want to know what my measurement was, 2 tablespoons of garlic, I think that's enough. If you want more, by all means, add more to it. I don't think you can ever go wrong. Some people don't like a lot of garlic, some people do. So it's really a preference thing, but I'm just going to rub it all over. And this is basically what is going to be my flavorings for this nice rib roll. Look at this. It smells good. It's very aromatic. I'm just going to go ahead and do that. And then right now, I'll see you in a minute.